let's see how the distribution of key indicators and the metrics across all the criteria. This is the scene. This is the statistics in front of you. For affiliated and constituent colleges, I have taken these statistics only because in NAC manual you will see get to know the university and autonomous colleges statistics also, but that is not our focus area. So I have focused only on the affiliated and constituent colleges. Okay, so look at the first column, that is particulars. There are, for UG and PG both criteria are same. Total number of criteria 7, but there is a difference in key indicators. For UG colleges, there are 31 key indicators, and for PG colleges, there are 32 indicators. Okay. For UG colleges, qualitative metrics are 35, and for PG colleges, qualitative metrics, that is QLM, are 36. There is a difference in the QNM also. For UG, it is 58, for PG, it is 60. And the total number of metrics, QLM plus QNM, makes 93 for UG and 96 for PG. Even though there is a discrepancy in this number, but the weightages are adjusted accordingly, and the final total is out of 1000. Got it? Let's go ahead with the distribution of these weightages across key indicators. I'm just going to give you the glimpse of these distribution of the weightages. Okay. After this glimpse, we will concentrate particularly on what is our target area, that is which key indicators and which metrics are important. So criteria number 1, curricular aspects. Very obviously, 1.1 is for U. The U is for universities and autonomous colleges. Don't consider that. It is not applicable to UG, PG colleges which are affiliated. But the second 1.1 is definitely required, and you will see that all these key indicators carry equal weightage for UG as well as PG. Criterion number 2, teaching, learning and evaluation. Very, very important criteria, the most weighty criteria. Okay. And here you will identify that there is no difference in UG as well as PG. All these key indicators, they carry equal value. And if you see 2.7, which is student satisfaction survey, just few minutes before I explained that there is a weightage of 60 out of these 350. Now just understand one more thing, that all of us are the teachers. We know the importance of 35%. 35% is passing percentage. So out of 1000, this is passing percentage. 350 marks, 350 weightage, 350 points, only for one criterion: teaching, learning and evaluation. Next, criteria number 3, research, innovations and extensions. Here you will find some differences between UG and PG. The weightages are different. There are two key indicators which are not applicable to UG as well as PG, 3.1 and 3.5. Both are not applicable to UG and PG colleges which are affiliated. And 3.3 is also not applicable to UG colleges. That is applicable only for PG colleges. Okay. And you will find a difference in the weightages. 3.4, research, publication and awards. For UG, points are 15, but for PG, points are 25. There is a definite reason for this, because more research takes place at PG level, and it is expected that whenever you have the PG department, postgraduate department, it is expected that you must have PGRC also, postgraduate research center at your college. Okay, where you can have the registration of PhD candidates. Got it? And that is how that, for that matter of fact, 25 marks have been, or points have been allotted here, which are 10 points more than UG colleges. But for extension activities, 3.6. Just concentrate on 3.6. Extension activities ke liye, the weightage is more for UG colleges than PG colleges, because it is expected, means the 10 points are adjusted. Just look at that. 10 points are adjusted here, right? And even for the research, publication and awards, 10 points are, difference of 10 points has been kept, right? So when you see the total for PG colleges, it becomes 120, and for UG colleges, it becomes 110. There is a difference of 10 points for this particular criteria. Okay, let's go ahead. Criteria number 4, infrastructure and learning resources. Okay, here you will not find any difference for UG and PG. Whatever the infrastructure is available for UG, is same infrastructure can be used for PG also. Okay, there is no discrepancy, there is no differentiation. But here again, in this 5th criterion, student support and progression, you will find some difference. See 5.2, student progression. For UG, weightage is more than PG for a simple reason that after UG, there are vast chances for getting admitted to PG, that is the student progression. They progresses for higher degrees, but there are less chances after post-graduation. Only the students who go for PhD, they are considered as the student progression after PG, and that's the reason 5 points are lesser allotted to PG as compared with UG. And if you see student participation and activities, student participation, student extension, just now in criterion number 3 also we saw that for UG colleges, students extension work, for extension work, students, UG colleges have got more points than the PG colleges. So here again, student participation and activities, various activities, those are given more importance for UG as compared with PG. And here the difference of 10 marks which was there in criterion number 3, 10 marks difference means UG was less than PG. Here you will find that those 10 points are adjusted for UG. UG 140 points, for PG 130 points. Adjustment has been done. Okay. Then we go to the 6th criterion, for which in governance, leadership and management, there is no difference because the governance and the leadership and the management remains same whether it is PG or UG college. So there is no difference in the points. Even for 7th criterion, institutional values and best practices, you will find that for UG and PG, the weightages allocated are same, okay, out of 100. And the total score is 1000 for both UG as well as PG. And there is a star mark, asterisk mark. And that star mark says that in case of HEIs who exercise to opt for the weightage of less than or equal to 3% of non-applicable metrics, the total score will vary accordingly. And this 3% makes 30 points out of 1000, 30 points. And what I emphasize upon, please identify those 30 points and remove them from your SSR and apply only for 970 marks, 970. For the simple reason, I'll give you the example. If you can score 700 points out of 1000 points, that will make the percent wise, it will be 70%. And if you secure the same score out of 970, your percentage will increase to 72. There is a difference of 2%. That carries a lot of value while calculating your grade, final grade or CGPA. Okay, so it becomes very important to identify these 30 points metrics and remove them from your SSR.
माने सरांशी बोलणं झाले मग
from that. Yes, anybody wants to ask something? No.
You please go ahead.
Let's go ahead. Yes.
Was by mistake.
This is the particular dedicated slide for these optional metrics. Look at these optional metrics. There are total 29 metrics which can be opted out for UG and PG together. Okay. And if you compare UG and PG, you will find few metrics are different. 3.1.2 is common for both. 3.1.3 is not there in the PG. For PG, you can opt out for 3.2.2, which is not there in this UG. Next one, 3.3.2, you can opt out if you are UG college, and 3.3.1 can be opted out for PG college. 3.4.2 is common for both, but 3.5.2 is only for PG. Only PG can opt out. UG cannot. For UG, there is no option to opt out 3.5.2. If you see these metric numbers, you will identify that these metric numbers, they are either from criterion number 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Where are 1, 2 and 7? All these 3 criteria are compulsory. You cannot opt out any metric from them. They are compulsory. And if you see those optional metrics, all these optional metrics are quantitative. None of the qualitative metrics you are allowed to skip. Those are all compulsory. Qualitative are all compulsory. Whether they belong to criterion 3, 4, 5 or 6. That is compulsory. Only the quantitative metrics from only 4 criteria, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and whatever are mentioned here, only these metrics are optional, and you identify out of this what is the total of the points you can opt out. Total is 30. Okay, so meticulously identify those 30 metric numbers or the 30 weightage and opt out those metrics. So while applying online for SSR, you get this one window to opt out the metrics, and you have to click on those metrics. Click on those metric numbers and opt them out. Okay, this is my request to all of you, right? Please do not have that the overconfidence and apply for all entire 1000 marks. Please do not do that.